Another area that is truly a concern to the community is Water Street.
Mhm.
And there's a couple of positions around Water Street. One is around the equity in the way it will be developed, but then another one is around contamination. Could you tell us a little bit about, or tell us your thoughts about Water Street and how you see us moving forward with it?
Well, I mean, Water Street has been an issue for the city for over 20 years. I mean, I think yesterday a woman told us who worked in the planning department that it's probably been close to 25 years. And just in speaking with the former mayor, because I want to get a full understanding of Water Street, that the idea was that they would extend downtown, and I think that was a great idea. I think it would have been a great opportunity for our citizens and for incoming businesses, because that was the hope that, and I don't know how long people have been in the city. I know, as I said, I've been here a long time, and I remember running campaigns out of some of the older buildings downtown, and you couldn't get internet access, that your wireless calls would drop. We'd actually have to stop outside. So I know some of the constraints that came with some of the older buildings, and a lot of that's been changed now. But the hope was that downtown would be extended. And it caused a huge debt for the city because the developer walked away and we were left with that debt. And we've been paying it since then. But my thoughts on Water Street are this, that we've had over 20 years to develop Water Street. City Council has tried, other developers have come in. Actually, when I sat on council, we had an opportunity to do affordable housing, and there was a lot of pushback on doing affordable housing at that time. But at the end of the day, the developer and MSHDA and all came to the table and said that the level of contamination was too great. And we'd have to move the project. We tried moving it forward to Michigan Avenue because the developer came in and said, we will remediate, we'll do the infrastructure, put in the streets and lights and utilities. And we thought it was a great offer, but one, again, there was a lot of pushback on affordable housing then. And the second thing was, as I mentioned, that they said there was just too much contamination. And what I'd like to recommend to our citizens and the city council is, one, that we create a citizen commission, one that is citizen driven but supported by staff, that begins to look at the level of contamination on Water Street and then makes a recommendation to council and to the citizens in a community meeting that says, these are our recommendations. This is what we've discovered that the contamination is, what it consists of, how hazardous that is to life being on Water Street in terms of people living there, and then or spending 8 hours a day there if it's retail or commercial, and making a recommendation to us to go forward. So that would be my plan, that the citizens at this point get engaged in this process, because we've had over 20 years to do something with it. In terms, when I say 20 years, City Council has been looking at this for over 20 years. And I think now that we have enough people in the city that know about it, are concerned about it. And I'll give you an example. The gentleman that works and owns at Ale House said to me that he had experience in negotiating international contracts. And he said, I could have been helpful with the International Village, because I could have told City Council or suggested to City Council the things to look out for or the things to insist on before going down that road. And that's the other thing I would say, is that we have a wealth of knowledge in this community in terms of our business owners and our residents, our young people, millennials and others, that we need to tap into to bring those people to the table that have a real interest in Water Street and help us develop it. So my recommendation again is that we create a citizen commission that is supported by staff, that really evaluates the level of contamination, what it consists of, what it will cost to remediate that, and then make that proposal to City Council.